me on the secure line.
Please hold.
Now that we're like off book, we could just get it right.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
always off book, baby. You know me. This
uh,
call will be recorded. This feels like CIA stuff.
I know, isn't it kind of like a little espionage thing? People will be listening in on our call, and we don't know who they are.
This line is not secure.
Exactly. Well, hopefully it is, because that's the name of the show.
Oh, dude, yeah, duh. Right. Great call on that. And a
Uh,
great segue.
yes, exactly. For anyone who may be listening, who are you? What's your name? What do you do?
I'm Brian. Am I do music.
Great. Love that. That's perfect. Um, we've already been talking a little bit today, so I know how you're doing. But
Mm.
what better time to talk about life when it's not at the top of the hill? Uh, for anyone
Yeah.
listening, we both live in the Nashville area. We just got hit by a major snow and ice storm over the past weekend. It's what
Mm.
day is it? It's currently Wednesday. The bulk of the storm happened on Sunday, but you're still without power. What area are you in again?
Well, but first, if I may just correct you,
Please
I am
do.
not without power, for the power is
Yes.
within.
Yes. And that's all
But I
we
am
need.
without
That's the end of the
electricity.
show. Okay, see ya.
Yeah. I am without literal electricity and heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just live in like South Nashville, and I feel I'm like so much of my, actually I would not even say so much. All of my neighborhood has been returned to normal and full power, and
Hmm.
I just live in an apartment complex, and I'm just getting the sense of like texting them and being like, "Hey, when do you think my power will be back on?" And they're like, "Oh, is it an apartment or a house?" And I'm like, "An
Mm.
apartment." And I feel like they're like, "LOL, what?" Yeah, right, dude.
Yeah,
Like we got to get the important people first.
exactly.
So
uh,
I'm coming at you live from a hotel on Broadway.
ooh, you treated yourself.
Well, it's the only thing that was available. Like Mary
Well,
and Joseph, man.
they had room for you.
Yeah,
A couple years ago, it might have been 2022. I don't exactly remember, but it was late December. I believe it was the December 23rd, the recorded coldest day in Nashville to date. I was living in Antioch, me and my ex, and our power went out. Um, and the snow and ice had already come. Power went out in the morning, and we were getting quite nervous as it was getting longer into the day. Of like, is this going to come back on? And it was, for me at least, it was an absolute uh, example of like, we don't care about y'all over there in
that's
Antioch.
what I'm
Let's
saying.
service let's service everyone else. Like, let's keep downtown running. Let's keep Nissan's lights on for sure. And we'll
Yeah.
get to you at some point. So yeah, it made me angry.
When was that?
It was a couple years ago. I think it was 2022. Maybe it's 2023. I don't know.
Oh man. And how cold did it get in your house?
I think we got down to like 40s and we left at like maybe 4 p.m. to go like 10 minutes away to my buddy's house because they were out of town in Alabama. So they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
just go to our place and stay. So 10 minutes down the road in the other direction, there was power. Um,
Yeah.
sucked.
My my there are people in my complex and all around me that do have power, and
Wow.
I am frustrated. And for the listeners, just to convince you that like I ain't no wuss. Like I when I left my place, I did tough out the first night, and it was kind of traumatizing. But
Mm.
when I took a picture when I left my when I abandoned ship, it was my thermostat said 28 in my
Oh,
living space. So, you know, I think it's
goodness
okay that I abandoned
gracious.
ship.
I think it is too. It's also very upsetting to think about people who are just on the street all the time, and this is their life.
You
It's
got me
always
there.
just cold. Not to say, I didn't
You
mean to do
got me
that.
there.
Think about the less fortunate, Brian.
True. Someone's apartment is 27 at
Yes, of
least. So
course.
yeah.
Well, dude, how's the year started for you other than these past couple days?
The year, actually, that's a great question because I was just reflecting before all this. I was journaling that this year, the beginning and the start of this year has felt um, like really exciting
Hmm.
and um, hopeful, and for me, uh, that's not really a way that I'm wired. That's not my natural disposition. I'm usually I'm a creative, emotional doomer, emo, and the start of this year has been full of, I think, transition and change, just creatively, and I think the fall was just so much. Well, actually, like July through basically the end of the year was too much stuff, and
Hmm.
I was just kind of doing whatever anyone asked me to do. I think because this is what I just armchair psychologist figured out, that I think it was because like I was synthesizing being needed professionally as being loved,
Hmm.
and so like, even stuff that I didn't have time for, I would say yes because it was that's my currency of mattering, and that's not how that should work. And so anyway, I was just doing a lot of stuff, but too much stuff, and I was a music director for an artist's tour, so I was like playing guitar, but also sort of like writing and designing like the music of how the
Hmm.
show should go. And then I was making I was producing two records for two different artists, and then um, had a deal with Sony BMG doing like an order. This is for real. An order of 35 songs for their TV catalog. Um, all of that at the same time, and I moved, and so it was just a lot. I give all that context to say it. I wanted at the top of the year, like, when people usually think about their New Year's resolutions, I I often like ask God for a word, and I just want to put a disclaimer here. I'm not really like a woo woo type guy, and I don't
Sure.
mean that disrespectfully. I'm not the most like spirit guy, and I don't think that's wrong. I wish I was more, but all that to say, I felt like God was giving me the word focus,
Okay.
um, because like everyone has focus, everybody. It's just, and the same amount. It's just how
Hmm.
we steward it and where
That's good.
we point it, and the same amount of attention, right? And I was feeling like my whole professional life, my focus has been like a sprinkler, where I'm just sort of like, it's has a wide spray, and I'm sort of like covering a huge garden, but like with, little droplets, but in so many different places.
Hmm.
And nothing's really growing tall and healthy, but a lot of stuff is growing.
Yeah.
And I decided to like totally flip that on its head, and um, I wanted to make my focus less like a sprinkler and more like a pressure washer, and just
Hmm.
point it at one thing and just grow that really well. Um, so yeah, the start of this year, I just decided like what I was gonna only focus on, and dude, it's done wonders for my mental health and creativity and overall health. So Everything was dandy until I lost power, I guess.
Well, don't let this just be a speed bump. Like, don't let this detour you. Uh,
Yeah,
so
for
what are you
real.
pressure washing? What's the one thing you're dialing in on?
Well, okay, yeah. So for the listener getting to know me, I have been uh when I at the top of the show when I introduced myself, I said I do music, and it's because that's kind of what I have to say because oftentimes in music, people are specialized and they'll usually say, "Oh, I'm a guitar player, I'm a drummer, or I'm a producer, or I'm a songwriter, or I'm a mixing engineer, whatever it is." And for me, like the little pie graph of my income was like, I am a player, but I play a pretty even split on tours for guitar, keys, and bass. And then the other part of my pie graph is I am a songwriter, so I'll write songs for um, the bigger fish artists, and then um, as in bigger than myself is what I mean. And then oftentimes fully produce them, and then I'll write a lot of songs for TV shows and produce those, and then I lead worship, and so like oftentimes I just have to say like, oh, I just do music. I'm just music guy.
Hmm.
Um, and the little bit of the pie graph there is that I am an artist, and what I've decided to pressure wash uh, was just the maybe it's less money, but it's definitely been uh, more centered as I've just been focusing hard on my artistry and making what I want to make, and it's made me fall back in love with music
Mm.
as a magic thing, like as a toy more than a tool, and it's been really wonderful. So kind of just that.
Okay. I love that time for just reflection and reimagining. Like, okay, like what is it this year? I'm also not a resolution person. I'm not a word of the year person, but I do have a couple things that I'm holding on to, and they just happen to come at me at the top of the year.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, and for anyone listening who also has listened to the other shows, I've covered this a little bit with my mom. Three things. The first being over communicate. I got
Oh
tired
yeah.
of, yeah, I got tired of things or balls being dropped and someone saying I didn't know because of blank. No
Mm,
longer. Not anything I'm involved in. I want everyone to know everything.
yeah.
The second thing,
Over
which is
communicate.
yeah, the second is do your worst. This is
Hmm.
very personal for me, which is mainly how I'm approaching like my relationship with exercise so far this year, which is like doing any bit of anything, even if it's the worst attempt I've ever done, is better than nothing. Um,
Dude, yeah, that's good.
yeah, thanks. And then the last thing, which is probably like my North Star, this is my mission statement for the next couple of years, is you are not the enemy. Uh, which I can
Oh,
say to you, or I can say to myself in the mirror, or just the world in general. Uh, we're on the same team. Like, no one's out to get each other. Like, we can solve this, but it has to be done together. Like, I have to recognize you're not the enemy here. Let's work
yeah.
together to figure out whatever the issue might be.
Yeah. Or what the actual enemy is.
Yeah,
That's good, man.
thanks.
I love that. I mean, that's a good, I guess, posture, not even for the next couple of years, but just all the time. That's good.
Yeah, I think about it every day.
Hmm.
It's been so helpful.
And for the exercise one, I have a little, I don't know if it's a poster, but like a little note that I wrote. I heard this quote. I put it above my mirror, and it just says, the only bad workout is a skipped workout.
Ooh, that's good.
And it just makes me realize like man, if I put my stuff on and I just enter the gym,
Mm,
like, and I do one push up, that is 100% better than me not doing anything at all. So it's like, but
yup.
then of course you find once you're there, you're like, well, I'm going to do stuff now, and you end
Yeah.
up going hard. So it's good.
I love it, man. Yeah, just I feel so inspired this year. I mean, like almost everyone in the area, the snow has set a lot of stuff back. I got sick in the second week of the year, but like I still feel like it's been a very productive start. And I was so nervous and just anxious that I wouldn't be able to handle it all coming into this year. But like I feel like I've done a decent job and things have come up and I'm bobbed and weaved and I'm still standing.
Dude, there's nothing worse than getting sick at the top of the year when everything starts.
Yes,
You're
dude, it
like,
was
and
awful.
here we go. Dang it. Oh
Yep.
man. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Okay, every episode I come up with at least one question for whoever the guest is. Um, my question for you is how many times have you had to force yourself to keep going?
Okay, so what I what I'm intrigued by is that you didn't specify. Like
I sure
you just
didn't.
said keep going in general. I'm intrigued that you didn't say like in music or writing a song
No.
or whatever. You just said keep going.
I feel like if it's in music, like that's just a byproduct of life in general. It's a big
Yeah.
part of your life for sure, but like you need the rest of your life to make good art. Um,
Mm.
so you're going to have that struggle in so many places. That's why I didn't specify.
Well, I just think that's yeah, that's a very rich question because like oh like musically like oh it's not that hard it's fun and going working out it's like oh I've had to do that a lot, but I think like in a more existential and humanistic way, how many times have I what was it told myself to keep going?
Have you had to force yourself to keep going?
Force. um well, I'm not sure I could even put a number on it.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, how can I even pick one?
Yeah, well,
Uh,
and there's like different degrees. There's like i'm I'm on tour and I remember I was on tour and I had pneumonia
oh,
and I was like, sleeping in a van, um, and I was like, this sucks. But like the keep going with that is like, I mean, I'll be home in a week. I'm going to
mm,
live.
yeah,
But
yeah.
then there's like the keep going of like there's been I don't know how dark the pod should go, but there's been times where everything was physically fine, but I really had to fight to, um, I guess, keep being alive and just keep going to see what might happen. So with those, there's been a whole lot.
Yeah,
So I don't even know if I could think of how many times.
I'm right there with you. Um,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the biggest keep going moment for me in my recent history. Um, First thing I think of is definitely like divorce season for me. It was just like, okay, I don't even know why I'm saying I need to keep going, but I am going to do that. Uh, Maybe even
Right.
it's more effort to go through with a plan to end my life than it is to just exist. I just need to
At least I
exist.
have something to do.
Yes.
At
Um,
least I have something on the schedule.
yeah. Like I just need to keep going to therapy or like I need to keep sharing the story. Like uh yeah, I think just overall whittling away my ideas of like, oh, it's shameful to talk about this or to be in this situation. I need to keep going. I need to keep saying something about it because it might help somebody. And I found that most of the time it helped me. But also, like other people around town would have similar stories or would about to be jumping into something like I went through, and I was able to be there for them. Um,
Hmm.
it all sucked, but like that's something, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just,
What
yeah,
I totally relate to that, and I think I could answer that that better now. I
Okay.
there probably at the times that I really needed to force myself to keep going, I I found a little game that was as devastated and destroyed and helpless as I felt. I would do this thing where I would say like almost like I was my own parent, and I'd be like, okay, you can die next week, and if
Mm.
things aren't better, or in a month, if things aren't
Yeah,
better
yeah,
on the
yeah.
first, then you're allowed to, and then and so that amount of time, the shorter it was, the worse I was doing in that moment. So, like,
Yeah.
for example, I would tell myself,
You've got
like,
10 minutes, brother.
yes,
Yeah.
you just have
Yeah.
to keep going for 10 minutes, and that's
Yeah.
all I require, and then you can do whatever you want. And then, like, every time, you know, I I find something to do in those 10 minutes, or I get a text or a phone call that I wasn't expecting, or best case scenario, I
Mm.
fall asleep and I see you the next morning.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
I love that game. I need to adopt it.
yeah,
I feel like most people our age, death is a constant thought, whether it's a reality of like, I need to be in that state, or it's just like in a joking manner. Um,
sure,
so much of like people older than us don't understand. It's just like
sure,
we're effing around
yeah.
most of the time. But like, gosh, it's something I think about multiple times
Well,
a
I
week.
think I think the reason there's that difference with older and younger is like you can remember when you were 18 or 20 or 22, like, at least for me, like, I death was not a thought because like I was invincible and
Mm,
I was never going to die. I was so young and my body was so kind to me, and like I could do anything I wanted and I'd be great. And I no one will ever die. We're all
yeah.
young and powerful. And probably older people, you know, are like kind of hearing the knocks at the door of it. So
Mm,
they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So, but I've realized that like the older I do get and the more death I'm around, the more I'm like the word has more weight coming
mm.
out of my mouth. So it's uh it's interesting to contend with the older I get. It seems to get more serious, I guess.
Yeah. I think that's absolutely true. Um, it's evolved for me for sure. Like at this current moment in my ripe age of 29, um, I'm okay with it. But I haven't seen a lot of it hit my family or people close to me personally. Like I've seen it close, but
Mm.
not like dominoes coming one by one in my family.
Jeez.
I'm sure
Yeah.
after that happens, because it'll come for all of us,
Yeah.
maybe my relationship will change with it then.
Yeah. No, that's a real thing. And I think part of it, bro, is that I went to a a painfully unreasonable amount of funerals of friends my age, growing up, and so much so that as a kid, it got me thinking about what I want my funeral
Mm.
to be. And that's a bummer, but like I go to my friend Ryan's funeral and I'm like, I told my mom, I was like, hey, at my funeral, don't play I Can Only Imagine, because that was definitely his mom's idea and
Yes.
it's Ryan's funeral. So I
Uh,
literally got my notebook out and I wrote like songs that you have to play at my funeral. And I'm like 16. It's like
what
I
was on the
shouldn't be
list?
thinking about that. What's that?
What was on the list? Do you remember?
Oh, it was to start the funeral was "Death for My Birthday"
Ooh,
by Say Anything. Um,
interesting.
and then the rest of it was entirely Blink-182.
Oh, that's great. That's perfect.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
and uh, Good Life, Kanye and
oh,
T-Pain.
sick. I mean,
Yeah.
classic. That's how
That's
you
the
know
end of the funeral.
you're an artist.
Yeah.
Here's the playlist for my funeral.
Yeah, and my mom was so upset upon me turning this in.
Obviously.
You know?
She's like, we can't play Kanye at your funeral.
Oh,
In
that
20 years, he'll be an anti-Semite.
that's hilarious that she isn't upset that I'm thinking about death. She's upset about my choices. Ah,
Yes.
that's not the best.
Good life, really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We could do a deeper cut. Come on, Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you update that playlist. I should start my own. We should all do it. It's
Dude,
very thought provoking.
I recommend it because it's a better relationship with death would give you a better relationship with being alive. Um,
Ooh,
so totally
I'm clipping that out.
clip it.
Is there anything else you need? Like, obviously, you're in a hotel, but like, what's your laundry situation? Like, do you want to come over and do some? Like, do you need food or anything?
I always need food. But laundry, I did it at a buddy's
Okay,
last night.
cool.
So, which is just a humbling ask is to, can I come over and do laundry, and interrupt your life, and your baby's there, and they're doing their normal life, so I'm just standing by the machine like it's a laundromat. So I guess I could have just gone to a laundromat, but oh well.
No, laundromats are of the devil. I will never
Oh
return to
yeah.
one. Oh
Oh
gosh.
yeah.
Well, dude, we
I
need to
went to
hang out
one when I
in
lived in
person.
California and I read a lot
Yeah.
of books there.
Okay. I never thought to read in one. I should have done that.
Honestly, I'm not even like the biggest reader.
Yeah.
There was something very cinematic and romantic
In
about,
LA for
like,
sure. Yeah.
yes, exactly. The guy who's like got the crappy apartment, and he reads poetry in the laundromat, and I was just kind of trying to be that more than I actually was that. But
But
yeah,
in the end, you were that,
that's meta for sure.
whether you wanted to or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
When are you going back to LA?
Well, so there was a time that I was there. So I lived there for a year, 2023 to 2024, and I started working with this church there as like just kind of just another uh, music director um, on the roster. And when I moved away, I was really sad because I really, really, really loved this church, and specifically the culture of it and the leadership of it. And sadly, it's like it's been hard for me to, like, capital L, like, love a church for
Hmm.
a long time.
I'm with you.
Um yeah, and it just, I loved this place so much and made me feel um so much more connected, and like to God and fellowship, that it was almost like worth staying for.
Wow.
But alas, I didn't. So anyway, upon leaving, I was sad that I wasn't going to be involved anymore, and I loved it. And turns out they really uh, love me as well, and so they were just like, hey, like, we don't want to, like, just, we want to keep you a part of this family. So whenever you're in town, like, hit us up. And so I as a songwriter, a pop songwriter at that, I work a lot in Los Angeles, and whenever I'm in town, I'll just make the trip like stretch all the way to Sunday, and I'll lead worship.
Yeah.
In 2025, I was literally in LA once a month, and I'm not kidding. There are staff people at that church and regular people that I'm sure don't even know that I moved because I was
Oh
just
wow.
around. And but at this point, connecting these two dots, because I told you that my little word for the year was to focus and sort of point it at fewer things, because I don't tour as much anymore and don't uh, produce as much anymore. The ripple effect of that is it has shrunk my income, and which makes me unable to fly out there once a month because I would just do it on my own dime. I didn't feel uh, I felt convicted about taking money from them because I won't get on this soapbox, but I could if anyone wanted me to. I like the allocations of funds from churches can sometimes get a little distracted, I would say.
Sure. Yeah.
And there was just something like they offered to give me an honorarium. They weren't just taking advantage of me, but like I was just not cool with like why would you spend money on a guy to lead worship who's not even in the community
Mm,
to make like instead of giving that money to the orphan or the widow or the sick or the poor or the needy, and instead just make the music better. Like who cares how good the music is? So
yeah.
I don't want to take any money from any church to lead worship, but that's just me, listener. I'm not trying to do a hot take.
Yeah.
So anyway, because the I've shrunk my career focus a little bit, it's changed the financial situation. So I don't have it the next time I'll be in LA right now.
Okay.
I'm just
Look.
focusing on getting back to my apartment.
Yeah.
I'm 10 minutes away.
Yeah. Well, the Lord will provide. We'll see what
He
happens.
always has.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, thanks for taking time for this.
Yeah, bro. Thank you.
We have to see each other in person at some point sooner than later.
Maybe Sunday.
Ooh, that's true. That's true.
And
Uh
all respect and love to you. But God, I hope not, man. I would love
we'll both hope not. How about that? I'll hope
nothing
with you.
against you, but
Of
I
course.
would love to sleep in my own bed.
Yeah.
But if not, we'll hang.
Yeah, bro. We'll
Dude,
go watch the Grammys.
have you seen oh, is that on Sunday?
Yes. I've never seen the Grammys.
Sick.
Probably shouldn't say
I
that.
was gonna ask, have you seen Eternity?
No, I want to. I heard so many good things. I'm not a huge rom-com guy, which I know
Me
is a
neither.
huge, huge like gap in my movie watching.
I'm not
But I
a
heard
big one
so many good
either.
things.
It's way more, it is rom-commy for sure, but it's way more existential than
I
that.
love that.
Like it's sick.
Yeah, you know I love that. So yeah, I need to check it out.
I just had to throw you a movie rec while I had you.
Well, while we're here, did you see Marty Supreme?
Oh, you know I saw Marty
Okay,
Supreme.
good. Just
Opening
making
day.
sure. Really?
Yeah. What did you think?
Dude, it took me literally a week of contemplation to finally arrive at the conclusion that it is great and I loved it.
So my thing was like when the credits rolled, I I loved it. I enjoyed it. But even while loving it, I said I was still like, what was that for? You know?
Mm,
Like but and I
that's good. Yes.
after a week of contemplation, I decided that not every movie has to mean something or say
Yes.
something. But I was just like, I don't know what they wanted me to take from that, but that was fun. So yeah.
Yeah, it not until seeing Tenet in theaters for the second time because they did a 70 millimeter re-release of at Opry Mills. I don't think I had ever seen a movie and like not cared about it. Like maybe I care about some more than others, but like for Tenet, I had seen it the first time and it was like still COVID times. We chanced it and we went to the theater anyway. And we came out being like, oh, that sucked. I have no idea what was going on. But the second time I saw it, I was like, you know what? I'm turning my brain off. I'm here to have fun. Let's do it. And I loved it. So I kind of, after the week had passed from Marty Supreme, I was like, I need to turn my brain off. Like, it was great. Why am I stressing?
It's interesting you say that because I also saw Tenet once
Mm,
and forgot about it immediately. I said I don't know what that was, and I'm not kidding. Like the last couple weeks, when I'm scrolling through, I don't know what it's on right now, but something, I'll see it and I'll stop for a second and I'll be like, should I give that another shot? And so now I think I will.
you absolutely should. Yeah.
All right, deal.
Well, dude,
I'll let you know
appreciate
if I
it.
love it.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
if you don't let me know, that's fine too. You
Okay,
don't have to
sounds
love it.
good. I hear you. Dude, thanks
Oh
for
my
having me
god.
on. This is awesome.
Yeah,
You gave
absolutely,
me
dude.
some purpose here in my stupid hotel room.
Got to be good for something.
Love it, dude.
All right, man. See ya.
All right, bro. Talk to you later. See ya.